Good morning. Saturday, a week before Christmas. I am not doing any holiday shopping or gift shopping this weekend. Actually need to take my car to the shop to get an estimate. I was in an accident end of October, just before I moved. And I finally have time to take it to the shop and get an estimate. Insurance is waiving the deductible. Since I was rear-ended, Arizona, I get rear-ended usually. They're at fault. So my insurance company is waiving that deductible. So I'm gonna get estimate on repairs. Probably still won't get those repairs till 2023. Time to not have your car. Even though I do like rental cars a lot. So today we're just kind of lazy day of doing that. Taking some stuff to Goodwill. So if you see a box way back there, that stuff is going to Goodwill. From when I moved, I realized I had a bunch of stuff I don't need. Goodwill. I gave some other stuff, clothing. I gave a lot of clothes that I no longer fit to UMOM, local shelter, women's shelter, and kids. Hopefully, not hopefully, but I'm sure I'll have more stuff to donate to them. I'm still trying to figure out this whole decluttering makeup thing. I do have some that I no longer use that I have sanitized, but I don't know what to do with it. People just throw that away? Is that what they do? Or they give it to friends and family members. I'm like, only child. I'm like, friends that have my complexion or what have you. I don't know how to get rid of the stuff. With that in mind, so my face has been cleansed this morning, moisturized, sunscreen. The Shine is sunscreen. What sunscreen am I using? This is the Fenty Beauty sunscreen. And then I did my eyebrows, obviously. So I have a little bit of Smashbox left. We're gonna see what we can get out of here. So I'm just kind of doing a no makeup look today. If I can get anything out of here. I'm gonna get my forehead. Yeah, and I'm gonna use this because this is Makeup Revolution, which is kind of my backup. I have the ones I just don't feel like getting them, so I like this one because it's kind of jelly-like. You can't even barely see it, but it definitely mattifies. As well. And sometimes you forget you have things until you run out and you're like, I'm not trying to spend money. And I liked about that, it was only $8. So that's that. I like to put bits in things so I don't forget later and it dry out kind of thing. Again, we're just doing no makeup kind of look. Saturday, running errands. And tonight is actually the Fiesta Bowl Parade? Yeah, Fiesta Bowl Parade. So I know they already started blocking off the street for that, even though it's not till 7. They start pretty much early blocking off stuff. They're putting setting powder Laura Mercier translucent. They're already blocking off the street for the floats to go to the church where they set up. And I know from past years, people are already putting out the chairs on Central Ave. And you're like, are you sitting there all day? I've seen some people out there, and I'm like, sometimes it'd be like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, it doesn't start. I'm not putting anything down here because I was dry the other day by putting it down there. And I'm like, it doesn't start till 7 p.m. and y'all out there like 7 a.m. getting spots. Even though I'm wearing this shirt today and I'm wearing a hoodless hoodie, I don't want to get shedding spray all over my neck still. Of course, it's Eyeliner, Urban Decay. And I didn't close my mouth, I realized that. So today we're using Rare Beauty. 54N is my shade. I've been getting samples all year. I even had one of a sample left. And I returned one, waited a few days, and finally decided to just bite the bullet and get the Rare Beauty. Because I needed just a tint moisturizer. I have, things for like, okay, no makeup or easy 5-minute, 10-minute hurry up and do your face, but I wanted a tint moisturizer as well, and this has sunscreen in it. I think it's only 20, but because I had the Fenty sunscreen underneath, that'll be good. But yeah, this has been good. It's a little drop top. I really need to buy things with pumps. Let me shake it up. I didn't shake it up. But yeah, people just being out there early for parades. And I like it because it has a little groove and kind of helps unscrew. I have seen that before when I'm sampling in the store. But I want to go to the parade one year. Fiesta Bowl parade or the Lights, Phoenix Lights parade that they have. So I was in December, but it's so cold. And it's at night and there's crowds and then they block off streets, how to get there, and there's going to be walking. The whole cold factor is the thing. I'm like, if somebody else goes, I'm like, okay, can I tag along? Because I don't want to deal with the parking situation. And then just standing in a crowd with people, I don't know how to do that. So I need somebody else to go with to learn to do that. So I'm going to put a few drops. I think it's been shaken enough. Not a few drops, but I'm going to put that much there. You see how it kind of matches my hand? And even though it's not going by my hand, I'm going to then just take some of this. And you see that at the end it looks a little dark, but again, we're going to be blending stuff out, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use all of this since it's all over my hand anyway. But yeah, I'd like that experience, and especially because I plan to move probably end of next year from this area where I live now, even though I love this area. But I don't know if I can deal with, I don't know if I'm going to stay in this apartment complex. It's nothing really they did, it's just, maybe it's time, you know, kind of thing. And I just wasn't ready this year to move completely away because I have such a life here. Let me wipe my hand off. And somehow I managed to use 2 tissues at the same time. That's what you do when you fold and put 2 on top of each other. I'll put the lid on that. And I'm going to wipe that off because I'm not trying to dirtify things. And then I'm going to spray this. I've never done that before. Have I? I've maybe done it before. I don't remember. And just begin to blend. Close to my eyebrows without messing them up. I'm trying to do little natural eyebrows. That's been my goal since I've learned how to do them. Keep them natural, not make them too thick. So yeah, you can see, I can still see my little, what I call freckles. But it's evened out from the darker part of my face to right there. You can still kind of see hyperpigmentation, but that's fine. It does look a little dark, but also let things settle. And I guess it could be my summer color. I'm still using the same foundations. I haven't figured that whole thing out. So my makeup journey, that's one thing I haven't figured out, the whole summer and winter shades. I'm like, I think I look the same to me. Like in the mirror, I definitely look, yeah, it's even. I know one makeup beauty influencer, she likes to go darker. I just like to even out. I don't, sometimes it looks, when I take pictures outside, it looks lighter, and I'm like, that is not my intention. I've always been fine with my shade. Considered medium to dark makeup. I'm considered dark. So that looks nice. So yeah, it'll settle anyway, but it's definitely even matching my neck, even though it's And you can still kind of see it still kind of matches both. So we're going to do concealer, NYX, you know how the deal is. I realized I should have been putting lighter in the inside all this time, which I actually haven't done all year. And even though I'm doing little today, I'm gonna do that. I just saw a pimple that I didn't realize was there because I used the little spot pimple thingies, which usually after maybe 2 days of using them, are usually fine. So that's that. And I'm going to do my eyes now versus waiting because I always seem to forget after the fact. And that's Deep Golden 7.5. Yeah, 1 year I gotta for sure go to some kind of parade. I'm gonna put a little, use a lot of the lighter one. And I'm stopping doing the chin. It's just, the other day I used it, was it Wednesday? Yeah. And it looks cakey here, and then eventually my whole face kind of melds, and it's fine. I just didn't like the way it looked. Eventually it looked fine, but that's that. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do my bronzer now. Let's do the bronzer now. And that help. Using NARS Laguna 5. I'm gonna use the bronzer, and then I'm gonna blend out. Instead of the contour I've been using, today we're just gonna bronze everything. And I like using my hands sometimes. You know, some people don't like using their hands. Like, I've seen a lot of videos where makeup influencers or makeup enthusiasts are trying out new foundations, and it says, oh, use your hands. They're like, I don't like using my hands. I'm like, but you put your skincare on with your hands, so what's so bad about the foundation? I understand your hands get, you know, dirty or whatever, but it's just weird to me. How many people are just like anti hands? I'm like, usually that's, when you start out, that's kind of the best way to kind of blend it out. Then I'll probably dip into this a little with a brush later. So I'm gonna, yes, a lot of wiping hands off, especially, I don't usually like to do it because I have nails on. Kiss, Impress, Tom, I forgot what his name is, but because they were new. But I do like them. They just have to match the shirt, which nobody will probably see today because of the hoodie I'm wearing over it. Sometimes I'm just cold. And it plus has a stain on it. And like, I tried to wear it like a few weeks ago, realized I had a stain. I'm like, where'd the stain come from? So I did the stain remover, thinking I got rid of it. Oh no, they're still there. It's just like new stains. I like the shirt. I think it's an Old Navy shirt, so I could probably get another one. Some end of the year sale. I'm broke right now. But you know, Christmas is coming. Even though I bought one gift, but still. Okay. Money's always tight around Christmas. Okay, with that, let's do some spraying. Before we blend. Okay, we're using the brush today. No, not that one. I'm gonna use, again, let me spray that. And let's start with going outside the lines. Because when I use less of the Anastasia, it looks a little less crazy. But I do also like to brighten a little bit because my concealer is pretty much my color or skin tone. So I just use a little. This is when I first started combining them. It's a little extreme. I'm gonna do top of the eyes first. I'm gonna do simple eyeshadow today. Conceal on this one already. I'll take a little right there. Dry down. Looks like use a little, it's less to blend. Because again, nothing too extreme today. Get out, get back in the house. I'm trying to blend up to where you can see that right there. And then that will be blended out some more. Yeah, it's pretty well blended, I feel. And then let me, do I have one just for, let me do that. No, we'll do, let's, the edges before I blend out the bronzer. Okay, now I'll blend out the bronzer. I'm gonna use my contour brush. Because it's a little smaller and denser. And I use it for my nose anyway, so. Watching Seinfeld. I watched 2 Christmas movies last night. One was called Something from Tiffany's on Prime. And then the other one was called I Believe in Santa, which wasn't really advertised a lot, but somehow it was #2. And I'm like, I've never heard of this movie. Maybe because I don't follow the Netflix page. I just go on it on occasion to find, you know, trailers or whatever, but I hadn't heard of it before This happened to be when I logged into Netflix, and I'm like, this is number 2. Like, when did this movie come out? It was very odd. It was an odd movie. Interesting. It was an odd movie. I'm like, okay, I kind of knew how it was going to end, which most Christmas movies you do, but I was like, this is number 2? Because originally I was going to watch The Recruit after, with Noah Centineo, but I thought that'd be an hour-and-a-half movie. It turns out it's like an 8-episode series. I did not know that. I don't know if he just hasn't been advertising it like that, and I just didn't know. Because I would love to just hour-and-a-half with Noah. I would have been good. 8, I'm like, okay, that's a day. I need to. I mean, people binge, but that's a day. And I was like, I wasn't prepared to do all that. So let's see. Let us spray, and then, well. So yeah, I wasn't prepared to watch 8 episodes. I was prepared for an hour-and-a-half and then go maybe back to another Christmas movie. So I ended up watching I Believe in Santa. It was just the kid. The kid was cute. I like the kid in it. Don't ask me her name. I like the kid in it. And then the Muslim guy. He says he's Muslim in it, so it's basically it's definitely. I liked him as well. And the black lady, and ironically, 2 Christmas movies back to back. It's always a black, sassy best friend to the white lead. I understand. Black women, we can be sassy. We can be the best friends. But I'm like, 2 Christmas movies back to back. 2 different streaming services. Sassy, wise, very wise. Black women, but I'm like, okay. I do, okay, I shouldn't say this, but I do plan to write a Christmas movie, and the lead's gonna be a black woman. And guess who's her best friend? Gonna probably be a white woman. You know, first that. So why do we always have to be the sassy, wise best friend? I know we are, but sometimes we don't want to be that. But definitely, in something from Tiffany's, the best friend, she was awesome. I loved the hell out of her. I just loved her whole attitude. So yeah, I can see why they write those roles for us, or we get those roles. But sometimes you like, can we be something else? So I am gonna set a concealer. Let's see. But I was just, I'm like, and I know it's in other Christmas movies too, but just they happen to be back to back like that. I noticed a lot. I've noticed before, but it just seemed interesting that at this particular time when I was watching that it happened, and I'm like, okay. And then at least, you know, there are black people in these movies who aren't just background people talking roles. So I guess, you know, that improvement is good. And then, yeah, Christmas movies. I'm sure there are Christmas movies where the best friend, black lead and black female lead, and our best friend is black as well. I can't think of one right now. But yeah, we're gonna work on that. And there's also some point, I swear they said the lead in something from Tiffany's was Jewish, but everything they did was Christmas. So I'm like, are you sure? They mentioned Hanukkah. Well, once somebody said Happy Hanukkah. And then it's like the whole Hanukkah that she's Jewish is dropped because Christmas, everybody else is doing Christmas. And I'm like, what? It's New York. There's a lot of Jewish people in New York. So I just thought that was odd. Just me. So what I'm going to do is blush. So we're doing Rare Beauty, Faith. It's a Rare Beauty day. I'm going to put it on my hand because, as anybody knows, the soft pinch goes a long way. And I'm going to use this as eyeshadow as well. What was I going to do? I'm going to do that now. No, I'm going to I could do that. Okay, I'm going to let that sit in my hand for a second because I just want to do something for eyeshadow real quick. And let me clean this off. I just want to, this is Natasha, the Biba palette. And I'm just going to do this real quick. I got distracted by my rant. I'm just kind of transition color. That's all I'm doing right now. Nothing too. If I used a lighter, not concealer, but eye primer, it should show up a little bit more. Something about this palette is like the primer definitely matters. It pops a little bit more. Again, I'm not trying to use this whole palette. I'm just trying to use parts of it. So I'll put that right there. Okay, now let's go to blush. I might as well just go like that. Oop. Definitely more on that side. The reason why I was trying to do that was because I wanted to use some for my eyes. That's why I tried to prep it first. You can see a little shut up there. Go like that real quick. To put a little bit more. Just gonna use a separate eye brush, fluffy eye brush, but I don't want to dirty up another brush if I don't have to. Because it's just to settle. Color my lids. Okay. So that is that. And then wipe that off. Start using wet palettes. I do know there's supposedly at least one Hanukkah movie that was made. It's a Hallmark Channel, Lisa Loeb. I haven't looked into the details yet. Hanukkah is tomorrow night, so that is why I emphasize that a lot right now. They really just dropped the whole Jewish mention in that movie, Something from Tiffany's. So I am going to use Juvia's Place bronzer and use a little bit to set my other bronzer. Just a little. Nothing too extravagant. Just want to set that and meet the blush. Okay, I'm gonna close my blush because even though I know it's not gonna fall out, that's a lot to fall out. Okay. So with that, let's see what else I'm gonna do with my eyes. I was gonna do something else with my eyes. Yeah, I can close that. I don't know why I didn't close that before. So let me finish with my eyes and then we're gonna jump to the lips real quick and then we are done. So I like a little shiny. So again, Natasha. You say a little goes a long way, obviously. It's always the first finger. Again, that goes supposed to be no makeup look, and I push it over the edge right there. So yeah, that needs to be just more Jewish movies or Hanukkah movies. Not a just simple, oh, let's mention this. Will I be the one to write it? Who knows? I practice Judaism, but I'm also a Christmas person, so I celebrate both. So I don't know if I would be the right person to write a Hanukkah movie, since I have not converted. And I'm trying to get back into learning Hebrew. I did learn some before I went to Israel a few years ago. Then unfortunately had a stroke, totally forgot everything, and then slowly every now and then things come back to me, like Toda El, things like that. But otherwise, I really would like to know more. And I live in a Jewish neighborhood. I would just really like to know more. So that's that. So today I have, from my Ipsy makeup subscription, which I get monthly, they sent me a Fenty cleanser, Fenty Beauty cleanser, which I have one, and I'm literally almost out. And so that coming in is perfect, because I really like that cleanser. Did not use it this morning, but I used Natasha instead, the rice powder. I've been using that the last few days until I was waiting for that to show up. But with the Ipsy came this Lottie wing woman. I had it in my hand. It really stayed. It dried down fast, stayed, didn't go anywhere until I washed my hand. So I'm gonna just do a light liner. And it's supposed to be like considered a liquid liner. Like, it felt kind of, let me shake it. Felt like just, regular felt tip. Started too high. I don't have mine. I need to plug in my little handheld one that my mother gave me. Because the light part of it's not, it died. So I don't keep it plugged in. So apparently we're doing a thicker line today. I'm not doing lashes. I'm not really trying to do a wing, but this lady that works in a company at the office, she does great eyeliner. And I needed to have her do my eyeliner one day. Wings are awesome. One of the first things I noticed about her, of course, you're gonna be like, can you do my eyeliner? When you just meet somebody. I was sitting in an elevator with her, and I'm just like, your eyeliner is awesome. And that would have been weird too, so I didn't say anything. But other people know I love her eyeliner. I'm trying to get closer to my lash line, that's what I'm doing. Except it's thicker than I intended today. Always when I'm on this eye, I blink and it goes everywhere, so that's what I'm trying to finish it before I blink. Then I have to fix it. But yeah, it's kind of a Christmas movie watching weekend. I don't have to watch a lot because when I'm with my mother, we can watch Christmas movies. She doesn't really watch a lot of Christmas movies. She's asking about some Christmas movie. How come she hadn't seen it on TV? And she's talking about the original Scrooge. I forgot there was the original Scrooge. I only know the Bill Murray Scrooge. So I was like, what? And I've seen it. It's been on TV, so I don't like to go out of my way and watch some of the originals. I like to on TV, just watching with the rest of the world. But That one is definitely thicker. I'm trying to get under here. That must be my contact. Yeah, that one's gonna be. But one movie we both like is I don't know what color this is. I can't see. I'm guessing it's black or intense black, something like that. We both like is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And there's one scene where my mother will laugh, and she laughs hysterically, and I love it. How much she laughs at this particular scene. So, yeah, I like watching that with her. But I've watched, did I watch Last Christmas? They've been playing a lot. You know what I'm gonna do real quick? I hate doing this. I don't hate doing it, because I'm worried about this liner getting all over the place. And with these nails, I can't open freaking cases. So I use a file to open things. I want to set this real quick. Just with black eyeshadow. And usually I should do the liner after I set my face. That didn't take too long. I was worried about that taking too long. And let me set the rest of my face first, and then so there's that. Hopefully we'll watch that. But what I was saying, Last Christmas has been with Emily Clark and Henry. Can't remember his last name right now. I'm sorry, Henry. He's so hot. It was showing that a lot on FX, and I'm like, I like this movie, but like literally they'll show it back to back. I'm like, can we? Yeah, no, we're good. Let's see, Loud, NYX, Rebel Kind. Especially once you know how it ends, or some people say they saw it coming. I didn't see it coming when I originally saw it. It didn't need to be, doesn't need to be played that much. I love George Michael though. This is a George Michael documentary that I need to see. It's hard to find, to see where it's playing. Let's do mascara, Lash Paradise. Then we'll do lipstick again. So get out of here. Then I'm going to use NYX Butter Gloss and Budapest. Some pink. And matches your shirt that nobody will be seeing. To draw it down a little bit. And then, so used it that much? Okay, it's powder on. But I have Minted. You can see it's kind of one off. #1 crayon. There's so many. Some active kids seem to be outside. It is later morning, so it's okay. It's not like you expect them not to be outside. And then earrings out of my trio that I got from Target. Don't ask me what the brand is. It's probably Universal Thread, but don't quote me on that. And then my ears, I'm seeing my ears are all shiny. Which I know I put foundation, but I don't like shininess. So with that, this video went longer than it probably should have. Today is my no makeup Rare Beauty foundation. So this is my look for today, for Saturday. Have a good Saturday. Don't stress out because if everybody's shopping last minute, not last minute yet. But have a good Saturday. Have a good day.